Sure smells good.
That's because you're on the right side of the fence, kid. Stay there.
You're telling me. Well, so long. I'm looking for Miss Thomas, Beth Thomas. Is she on duty now?
She's out to supper. She'll be back at 1.
Oh, thanks. I'll wait. Beth!
Danny!
Say.
Oh, Danny!
Hello, Larry. It's good to see you, boy.
Danny, why didn't you let us know? We'd have come for you.
Of course we would. And spoil everything? Oh, no. Up there, they still know me as a guy named Joe Randall. Besides, I wanted to surprise you, to make an entrance. Say, it was worth it all, just the look on your face when I popped out at you.
Oh, Danny, we've got your back now, for good.
You sure have, sis. Here, let me get a good look at you. Not bad, huh?
I'll say.
Well, I guess you made good on your promise to keep an eye on her.
I wouldn't call that promise hard to keep.
Oh, Danny, he's been perfectly swell. I don't know what I'd have done without Larry.
Ah, forget it.
I won't forget it.
Well, I've got to check in now.
I'll try them over to your place.
We'll have a real talk in the morning. I guess this is the happiest moment of my life.
I feel pretty good myself.
Well, good night, darling.
Good night.
Come on, Danny.
Beth doesn't live far from here, does she?
Oh, not so very. I'll drive you over. Hop in.
Say, you travel in style.
Best is none too good.
Hey! Hey!
Hey, you forgot to turn in your stub.
So I did. Too bad.
Where was it stolen? Oh, city parking lot. Okay, what's the number? 2K6345. Okay, goodbye.
OK6345.
Hey!
Say, Beth sure picked a swell neighborhood to settle in.
Oh, she doesn't live here. I just thought it was a nice, quiet place where I could have a little talk with you.
Oh, well, what's on your mind?
I guess you're kind of bitter about everything, eh?
Bitter? Oh, no.
Well, I want to let you know that I appreciate what you did for me. Not that I wouldn't do the same thing if they grabbed me.
There's no sense in both of us being in trouble.
I know plenty of guys who would have ratted, hoping for an easier joke.
The DA did offer to make a deal. I kept my mouth shut. Not so much for your sake as for Beth's.
Well, I said I'd look after her, and I did.
I guess that evens things up.
Not quite. I'm going to throw something your way. You see that second pier over there?
Well, the one with a shack on it?
Yep. That's your coming out present.
So that's it.
Should be a soft touch. You ought to get about 3 or 4 grand.
Been doing this right along, Larry.
Enough to keep me in pin money. Only sap's work.
I guess I'm a sap then. Because that's what I'm going to do starting tomorrow. Work.
What's got into you?
That 3-year stretch hammered a little sense into me, I hope. I've been doing a lot of reading about crime.
Yeah, it doesn't pay, huh?
Right.
Okay, chump. I'll take this one myself.
All right, Larry. But in that case, I guess you'd better not be seeing Beth anymore.
Suppose you keep your nose out of my business.
I'd hate to have to tell her you're a cheap crook. Think it over.
Now, wait a minute, kid. Let's talk this over. There's a cop. This car's hot. We gotta get out of here.
Don't let me keep you.
Hold it up, buddy. Hold it up, I say.
Hurry up, Danny. Hop in.
You're on your own now, you murdering rat. Don't expect me to cover you this time.
Okay, Squealer. Get an ambulance to Pier 31.
going on. The big lug passed out cold. What did I say? We should have known better. I mean, after all, when you're big as that.
Nice quiet place, the hospital.
Well, Florence Nightingale, on your toes. Here comes another customer.
Okay, boys, there's two of them. They've been playing cops and robbers. Easy on that one. He's got it bad.
There are two of them.
Just a couple of nice, clean homicides.
Emergency calling, emergency. Nurses Smith and Thomas report to operating rooms 1 and 2 immediately.
Aw, why can't these guys keep civilized hours?
Come on, Smitty. Duty calls.
Cops just got a scalp wound. All right, Miss Thomas.
Yes, Doctor.
The boy's condition is critical, and I'm afraid of complications.
Where's my harp?
Your what?
My harp and wings. Isn't this heaven?
Slight geographical error. This is Brooklyn. And you're Jim Barnes, remember?
Still all right with me.
And pretty lucky to be here.
Oh, hello, Sawbones. Hey, what happened? All I remember is a couple of shots and then Bluey.
We pried this out of your hip. I guess the other's still bouncing. It ricocheted off your skull.
They say coppers are weak in the head.
Better be quiet now.
Right. All right, Miss Thomas. Turn this slug into the super when you get a chance.
Yes, Doctor.
Thomas, eh?
Tommy Thomas. That's it. Tommy. Sort of intimate.
My name's Beth. Miss Thomas to you.
Very good, Miss Thomas. And by the way, my mouth tastes like leather. What about a cigarette?
What you need right now is a glass of water.
Ah, my beloved, fill the cup that clears today of past regrets and future fears. Tomorrow? Why, tomorrow I may be myself with yesterday's 7,000 years.
You know, you're a funny cop. Spotting poetry.
Silly, isn't it?
No, but in a policeman, let's say unusual.
Well, I'm an unusual cop. See, old man Omar is a secret vice of mine. You won't blow the whistle on me.
No, I'll keep your secret, if you're a good little boy.
Thanks. Now, how about a cigarette?
Oh, I guess so.
Won't you join me?
No, thanks. I'm on duty.
Looks like I have all the best of it.
I'm glad you think so. Whenever you're through with my hand, you might return it.
Why, certainly. Thanks for lending it to me.
Well, you're not leaving me now.
I've got to turn this in to the superintendent, but I'll be back.
Oh, Beth,
I mean, Tommy.
is it all right if I call you Miss Thomas?
Say, Beth, you going up front?
Yes. Anything I can do for you?
Well, you might drop this off at the super's office for me.
Certainly. You look tired. Tough case?
I guess it was a little tougher on the patient. He died about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, that's too bad.
And he was just a kid, too. A wrong one, I guess, just out of the reformatory.
Reformatory?
A kid named Joe Randall, according to his papers.
Danny.
Hello, Beth.
Read all about it. Extra, read all about it. Extra. Extra, read all about it. Extra.
And he never gave us a chance, living up to his reputation as a tough cop who shoots first and asks questions afterwards.
The paper said the car was stolen.
Barnes had to cover up somehow, didn't he? He's just trying to alibi himself. We were in my car.
I can't understand why.
Barnes must have recognized Danny as an ex-convict. A legitimate game for a cop trying to square himself with the department. So he followed us. And whatever happened, it'll be our word against his.
What were you doing way over by the waterfront?
Just driving around, talking about Danny's future.
His future.
Then when we came to the waterfront, we climbed out for a smoke. And somebody off in the dark called out for us not to move. It startled us, so we tried to duck out of sight. Barnes come out shooting without another word. I saw Danny go down. I opened fire on whoever it was, still not knowing it was a cop.
Larry, what were you doing with a gun?
Oh, I've been carrying one ever since I got this night job. I got a permit.
Of course. They may be looking for you. It was dangerous to come here.
I'll have to keep under cover. I'm sure Barnes saw me, but nobody else did.
Oh, Larry.
Well, he'll never get a chance to identify me. I had to come back. It's little enough I could do for you and Danny. I couldn't let you think he pulled another stick-up. The kid was on the level. Where did you get that?
They took it out of Danny's back. I didn't turn it in.
You better let me take care of it.
No, I'll keep it. As a reminder. I wish you'd killed him.
I thought I had.
If we could only make him pay.
We've got to make him pay, Beth, you and I. We're all Danny had. The law won't help us. We'll have to do it ourselves. It's only justice.
Yes, it is.
And I'll give him what he gave Danny. But you've got to help.
I'll do anything you say.
Right on the nose. Oh, come in, Tommy.
I see you're keeping in practice.
How do you like it? The boys sent it to me instead of orchids.
An amusing toy.
You know, it's a funny thing. I've kind of missed you all day.
I'd say you were rather busy with your press notices.
Oh, those. Pretty tough about that kid.
We all have to go sometime. This ought to get you your Broadway job back.
Maybe. Still, it doesn't feel so good to have to kill a man.
Well, I guess it's something to get used to.
I wouldn't know about that yet. I've got a little present for you. I sent out for it. Look at the flyleaf.
You'll have even forgotten my name by the time you're back on Broadway a week.
Oh, you think so?
Open your mouth.
What? Oh. Come in. Hi, Skipper.
Hello, Jim.
This is Inspector Donahue. I mean, Deputy Chief Inspector Francis Xavier Donahue. Miss Thomas.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Here, put that thing away, Tommy. We want to have a little chat. You'll excuse us.
Certainly.
To Tommy with love, Jim. Still working the old Rubaiyat gag, eh? Why don't you modernize your technique?
Old Omar's never failed me yet. He sort of polishes off my rough edges.
You must order these in wholesale lots.
Well, not at all. One at a time is my motto. Well, what brings you out at this hour of the night, Skipper?
Oh, I just wanted to see how you were getting along. I see you've been reading about your favorite character.
Sure. A few more press clippings from my memory book. Now, let me guess why you're here.
It wouldn't be to tell me I'm on my way back to Broadway.
Maybe.
Swell. You know, I was never set out to be a harness bull. Cramps my style.
But not your usual good luck. You've stumbled into something, Jim.
Sure. Slug on the hip.
And something else. A case we'd all like to break.
Now, will you stop talking in riddles?
I will.
Well, now, the old sleuth will produce the papers.
What's so funny?
A magnifying glass. Skippy, you've been playing detective again.
We'll call these Exhibit A.
Twins?
That's right. Identical twins. They took that one of them from your hip.
Now, you know, I thought that looked like an old friend.
And this one, they took from the body of another old friend. They took it out of his back.
Sam Graham?
Sergeant Samuel Graham. That's what you've stumbled onto. A chance to nail the man who shot Sam. And if you do it, your old job back.
Oh, forget the job part of it. I'm your boy.
All right. Now, how good a look did you get at this lad who plugged you?
Good enough.
Would you recognize him?
I'll know him when I see him.
Which brings us to Exhibit B.
Well, what is it? Holy, that's him.
Sure of it, Jim?
Well, I'm not likely to forget that guy's face. The light fell right on him when he pulled down on me. Where'd you get that picture?
It seems the boy you shot had a sister. The sister had a boyfriend. And the three of them grew up together right here in Greenpoint. Follow me?
I'm way ahead of you. So you checked the sister?
This afternoon, a police photographer snapped this on her bureau.
Well, then what are we stalling for?
Now, don't get in the lather.
Oh, I see. You picked him up.
Not yet. The beef is strictly confidential. I don't want him getting wind of it and skipping to South America. My hunch is he'll try to communicate with this girl to find out just how hot he is.
Have you located her yet?
Yes, we've located her. Take a look at Exhibit C. Need anything to you? Smart cop, aren't you? Daniel Thomas, alias Joe Randall. To Tommy with love.
Thomas. Beth Thomas.
The boy's sister. And that killer's girl.
What's his name?
Crane. Larry Crane.
Tommy, the girl. She doesn't know we're hep.
I don't see how she could. We didn't touch a thing in the apartment. If we watched her place, we might nail him. Then again, we might scare him off for good. I don't want to miss on this one, Jim. That's where you come in.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
It ought to be right down your alley. You're off to a good start with her. Now, keep it up. Sooner or later, you're going to smoke him out.
Nobody ever accused me of being the super-sensitive type. But making you play for the girl after what's happened.
We're after a killer, Jim.
I know, but... Hey, she must know I killed her brother. How'd you expect me to get to first base with her? She's more apt to stick a knife in me.
You seem to be getting along all right so far.
Doesn't seem to add up somehow. Her knowing and yet being so nice to me.
Your head is beginning to work at last. Maybe it will eventually occur to you that she may have our reasons.
Uh-huh. Maybe it has. All right, Skipper. I'm in.
I knew you'd say that. And look, can't you and I forget a few things? We'll handle this together. You're back on duty now. Special duty. Clear?
Perfectly.
And remember this. Without you to identify Crane, we haven't any case. A fact which may have occurred to Mr. Crane.
I'll look out for Jim Barnes.
Make a note of that. One more thing. You've always been a sucker for a pretty woman. Don't fall for this one and gum everything up.
Don't make me laugh.
All right. Good night, Jim.
Good night, Skipper.
Have a nice visit?
Oh, just dandy. You know, that fellow used to be my best friend. Now he's just my boss.
Has the police any information on the man who shot you?
Sure. They expect an arrest within 48 hours. Just the old police hooey, Tommy. They have no more idea of who nicked me than I have. Or you have. It was so dark, I wouldn't have recognized my own mother.
You better be quiet now and get some rest. Come on, I'll help you. Take it easy. There you are.
You're kind of bossy, but I like it. Now, what are you doing Thursday night?
Same thing as I'm doing tonight. Taking care of you.
Oh, no. This Thursday night, we're going out stepping.
Don't be silly. You can't leave the hospital.
Oh, no? You just wait and see.
Larry.
Hadn't you better close that door? Why haven't you phoned?
I was waiting until I had something definite to tell you. I was going to call you this morning.
What about?
He said he's going AWOL from the hospital tonight and take me out.
You mean he's coming here tonight?
I think so.
You think so?
He said he was. But maybe he won't be able to slip out of the hospital.
Well, I guess he'll manage. What time is he coming?
10 o'clock.
You don't seem very happy about it.
Should I be?
What's happened to you anyhow? You're not falling for that Broadway chaser.
Of course not. I've been thinking about you.
Why don't you let me worry about that? Of course, if the police pick me up before I can take care of Barnes, he'll identify me as the man who shot him.
He doesn't know who shot him. He didn't see your face. He told me so.
The cop tells you something and that makes it so. You must be getting cold feet.
It isn't that. Well, it's just that it's so cold-blooded.
He killed Danny, didn't he?
Somehow it's hard to believe that he deliberately... I mean, maybe he thought you were going to rouse that warehouse.
So that gives him a license to open fire on a kid who was going straight, who didn't even have a gun. I never thought I'd live to see the day you'd be making excuses for the murder of your brother.
I didn't mean... I said I'd do whatever you wanted me to.
Well, that's better. He's calling for you at 10? Well, that's fine. I'll be outside waiting for him. If he makes any changes in his plans, give me a ring. I got a new hideout. I'm bunking with a guy I know, a warehouse watchman. If you want to reach me, you can get me at Greenpoint 7, 3171. If everything turns all right, I'll phone you around midnight.
Larry, be careful.
I'm going out the back way.
Hey, now, buddy. Keep the change.
Well.
Good evening. Surprise.
You're early. It's only 8:30.
Well, I got a chance to sneak away, so here I am. Anything the matter?
No. It's just that... Naturally, I'm not ready.
For the Belle of Brooklyn.
Orchids. Oh, they're lovely.
I wish I could buy them for you by the bale. But come. Get started.
I'll just be a minute.
I'll settle for a half hour.
Greenpoint 7, 3171.
They do not answer.
That 1 minute's been up for half an hour.
I'm sorry it had been so long.
Did anybody ever tell you you're slightly terrific? What I'm trying to say is...
You said it.
The boys in the old 5th Precinct could only see me now. Come on, Tommy. Taxi! Manhattan, James. The Lancaster route.
Don't stop. Follow him.
Good evening, Mr. Vaughn. Hello, George.
Nice seeing you up and around again, Jim.
Thank you, Peggy.
See, you're a stranger around here.
Oh, I get around. I like to see how the other half lives.
Hello, Jim. Welcome back in circulation.
Hi, Dave. Oh, this is Miss Thomas. Mr. Rudolph. He's the manager of this dive.
A pleasure, Miss Thomas.
How do you do?
How do you do it?
Miss Thomas is my nurse.
Just shot with luck, eh, Jim?
He says the funniest things.
Oh, Captain.
Yes, sir. Oh, Mr. Barnes, I have your table reserved.
All right, Francois, lead on.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Have you a reservation?
No, just put me anywhere.
Very good. Right this way, please.
What's that for?
Your thoughts? I'm fresh out of pennies.
Oh, I see, a bribe. No sale. You must have hit the jackpot in a slot machine.
And Jane, they're illegal.
Oh.
Well, I'm still trying. Give up?
No.
I can see this is going to be expensive. Garçon? More quarters.
I give up.
Cancel that order. You see, I'm a very stubborn guy. All right, now, what were you thinking about?
Nothing.
Ouch, I've been robbed. I'd stop doing that if I were you. Thinking about nothing, I mean.
Well, what should I think about, Professor?
Once you're in love, you're lucky indeed. Once you're in love, what more do you need? Live alone and like it, see how far you'll go. You'll get up and hike it, for when love calls, you can't say no.
Well, you might take a tip from the little lady.
You'll open your eyes, things that you've missed, you'll soon realize. All at once it hits you, then that happy feeling fits you just like a glove. Once you're in love.
I guess that's something you don't think about. Just happens.
More wine, sir?
Please. Well, let's take the advice of old Omar Khayyam. And lip to lip it murmured while you live, drink. For once dead, you never shall return.
I guess that's right.
Yeah. Well, looks like they're gonna make a night of it. Right. I'll phone you back.
Oh, no more thanks. It's getting late.
Well, again, I'll refer you to old Omar Khayyam.
It's Nurse Thomas talking. The patient's got to get some sleep. Those are orders.
Okay. Check, please. They came in handy.
Wait. Good night, Jim. And thanks.
Can I run up for a few minutes?
No, please.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
So you're back at last. What's the idea of the runaround?
There wasn't any runaround, Larry.
I waited out there from 9:30 to 11.
I'm sorry. I tried to reach you by phone. He just happened to come early, 8:30.
He just happened to, huh? I've heard Barnes knows his way around with dames.
So I've noticed.
To Tommy with love, Jim.
It was your idea I played up to him. Seems to be working.
It's still an act, then?
Yes, it is.
Okay, forget what I said. I guess I was a little jealous. I wish I had the right to be.
Larry, please, it's 2 o'clock.
All right. Good night, Beth.
Good night.
Morning, Skipper. I hear you've been paging me.
I suppose you've read this.
Did you drag me out of a sick bed just to show me that?
A sick bed, eh? Mopping up giggle water. Don't tell me that goes on the swindle sheet.
Naturally. Expenses incurred in the line of duty.
Okay, I'll let that pass. But why didn't you tip me off you were taking her out last night?
Because I was afraid you'd queer everything by planting one of your favorite policemen in every nook and corner. You've got to use finesse when you deal with women, Skipper.
Maybe the boys would have come in handy if Crane had been trailing you with a gun.
Ah, but he wasn't. Now, look, Skipper, this girl's no fool. She'd be sure to tumble if you set a flock of dicks on our trail every time we moved.
Yes? Did you tumble?
Did I? What?
Did you know one of the boys was hanging around? Detective Barnes, meet Detective Saunders, Staten Island Precinct. Hello.
Hi. You win, Skipper.
All right, better get some sleep.
Thanks, Inspector. Nice to have met you.
Well, that's a horse on me.
I still say you were taking foolish chances.
Why, Skipper, I didn't know you cared.
I don't want to lose my men. Any of them.
Well, maybe I wasn't taking any chances. You see, I picked her up an hour and a half ahead of schedule, just in case.
Well, that's a little better.
Now, just the same, I don't think the girl is in on the setup at all.
Then why is she covering the fact that she's Randall's sister?
Well, after all, she's got a living to make. It wouldn't help her in her career if she were to claim blood ties with the next convict. I think she's on the level.
I know it. You are getting soft on that girl.
Oh, that's silly. I'm doing a job, and last night was part of it. Now, look at it this way. You're Crane. You're hiding out somewhere, and you're reading the paper where I'm running around with your girl. What do?
Maybe you've got something there, Jim. But what's the next step?
You see, Mr. Crane might get kind of sore when he found out, if you follow me.
Well, I'm way ahead of you.
Fine. Well, now, look. What I had in mind was this. Good evening.
Well, what on earth?
Tommy, this is your lucky day. You're about to take a vacation with pay. Come on. Put some things into a bag.
Jim Barnes, what are you raving about?
I'm getting a week at the shore to convalesce.
Oh, that's wonderful, but...
Oh, I'm a mighty sick man, Tommy. Mighty sick, and I still need a nurse, and that means you.
Oh, that's impossible.
Sure it is. Here. Have a look.
Where do you want to go?
To a nice little cottage on Long Island Sound where there's plenty of sailing, fishing, and swimming. Just what the doctor ordered. Now, hurry up and pack. Don't you want to go?
After all, it is a little unusual.
But perfectly proper, Tommy. It's Inspector Donahue's cottage and will be very efficiently chaperoned by Ma Hutchins. She's his housekeeper. I thought the change would do you good. Won't you go?
Yes.
Yes, of course I'll go.
Swell. Now, we got to hurry because our train leaves in an hour. Can we make it?
Well, we'll make it. Get my bag. It's under the bed.
I'll help you pack.
Jim, get my things from the dresser for me.
Cisco, too?
Oh, no.
Friend of yours?
Sort of. You know him?
No, I never saw the gent before in my life.
Well, we'll just about make it.
Oh, you want to phone anyone you're leaving?
I think not.
Well, then let's go.
All right, then. I don't need to tell you to watch your step with this crane. He's a cop killer. But I want him alive, understand?
We understand. We'll save him for the chair, Inspector.
And how?
Good. Go on down there now and take up your plant. You better drive so as to get there before the 7:30 train. If anything comes up, report directly to me. That plain?
Right. Okay, Inspector.
And be careful.
Thank you.
It's all... Well, this is a fine welcome. I'll bet Ma's gone to bed. I got a hunch where the key is. Uh-huh. Enter. Ma.
Your ma certainly believes in keeping her house dark.
Well, there should be a light switch around here.
Now, don't tell me you've never been here before.
Of course I have. Oh, here it is. Ma.
Well, maybe you shouldn't disturb her.
Oh, she won't mind. Hey, Ma. Well, she isn't here.
I'll bet you're surprised.
Well, of course I am. The skipper said... I bet she missed the train.
That's too bad.
Oh, well, she'll probably be down here in the morning.
Oh, that'll be just dandy.
Now, I know what you must think, Tommy, but it isn't so.
Does it matter what I think?
Believe it or not, but we'll go into all that later. Now, here's the guest room.
I see we've got plenty of privacy.
Oh, yes. It's too early for the neighbors to come down yet.
Oh.
Now, shall I open your bags for you?
Oh, no, thank you. I can manage it alone.
Well, I'll be seeing you. If you want anything, just holler.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Oh, here's the telephone. In case you forgot anything at home, like putting out the cat or something.
I haven't forgotten a thing. Good night.
Oh. Well. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Say, that Barnes sure gets all the good assignments.
And to think he used to be pounding a beat.
Throw it down. That's my trick.
Say, don't forget to put on that score now.
I got it.
Okay, Super Sleuth, it's your deal. Come on. All right.
I understand. What's
Give me
your
the
score?
cards. Give me the cards.
He has a perfect no-trump hand. He bids 3 hearts. Yeah, well, give me 6.
What is it?
You know, there's something I forgot.
Yes.
Your door key.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
Just in case you're afraid of burglars.
With a policeman in the house?
Well, then, in case you're afraid of policemen. Good night, Tommy.
Good night.
Well, hello.
Come here, Tommy. Meet Ma Hutchins.
Oh, the missing chaperone.
Ma, this is Beth Thomas. Only I call her Tommy.
How do you do, Miss Hutchins?
Well, I'm going to call her Tommy, too. Only you got to call me Ma.
All right, Ma.
Well, Inspector, come here. Come here, son. Well, the old inspector himself. Hi, Inspector, old boy. Hey, here, come here. Sit down. Now shake hands with the lady, old bandit. Go on.
Delighted, Inspector. Nice manners for a policeman's dog. What kind is he?
Oh, no. Hey, wait a minute. No, leave alone. No. He's the biggest thief in 5 counties. What a pooch for a cop to own. Breakfast ready?
It will be in a jiffy. I thought maybe you'd like a dip first.
What about it, Beth? Dive in the Sound? Great for your appetite.
Oh, I'd love it. But I haven't any bathing suit.
Oh, that's easy. Oh, let me have that key, will you, Beth?
My bedroom key?
Sure, it'll fit.
I'll get it.
Don't bother, Tommy. We got keys by the grove.
Do all those keys fit all the doors?
Sure.
Sure. What size, madam?
34.
Ah, 34. There it is. My favorite color, blue.
I'll be ready in a minute.
Well, don't be any longer. I'm starved.
This might be interesting.
There's a full now. What's he saying?
8 lamb chops and some parsley. Just Ma Hutchins ordered lunch from the market.
Lamb chops. The fat of the land they live on. And what do we get? Yeah, canned pork and beans. There ain't no justice. And there ain't any more beans.
You should have been 2 hearts on that hand. That's small, slam, and double.
That makes game and rubber. How do we stand?
Now, let's see. That gives us plus 22. That's $801,063.50 you guys owe.
Ouch.
Well, we call it 800 grand. 800 grand at 1/1000 of a cent a point is $8 net.
Oh, not bad for 5 days, huh?
5 days seems like 5 years. I haven't had a good hand since we've been here.
It's that Barnes who holds all the cards. We sit here cooped up like a bunch of chimpanzees. And what's he doing? Sailing, fishing, aquaplaning.
Come on, Steph.
Come on, Tommy.
Just look at that lug. Now he's holding hands. What's he got that I haven't got?
Come on, it's your deal.
Oh, come on, let's play old maid. Come on, new deal.
I'm afraid I've reached my limit.
Well, I guess it's the inspector's turn.
Here you are, Spec. Oh, I'm gonna miss all this.
Me too.
Especially Spec.
How about me?
Well, I guess you do belong in the general picture.
Have you had a good time?
Oh, you know I have, Jim. It's been so peaceful.
Well, we still have 2 days more. I'll make the most of what we yet may spend before we too into the dust descend.
Dust unto dust, and under dust to lie. sans wine, sans song, sans singer, and sans end.
Say, you have been reading the old boy. You know, I've got a confession to make.
Hmm?
The Rubaiyat. It's always been sort of a gag with me before,
Oh, I see.
but it isn't anymore. Yeah, the old boy certainly knew his onions.
I've got a confession to make, too. You know, I thought it was the silliest stuff I ever read in my life. At first, it kind of gets to you. Jim, why did you do all this?
Well, I had to have somebody to look after me, didn't I?
Nonsense. You didn't need me.
That's where you're wrong.
And thus ends another broadcast of station WQZ. It is exactly 2 seconds past 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time.
That's curfew. Time we were heading home.
Now, have you got the heart to drag that poor little dog home against his express wishes?
There's no use arguing, fellow. Oh, it's your bedtime, too. My bag. Speck, come back here. Speck, you bring back my bag, you rascal.
Speck, fetch.
Speck, come back here. Speck.
Speck.
Speck, come back here. Speck.
Well, we rescued it. Oh, he shook everything all over the sand.
Speck.
Hello. What's this?
I don't know.
Looks like a pistol slug. 38. Where'd you get it?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Oh, that Randall boy. I remember now. That's the bullet one of the nurses gave me to take to the super's office. I must have forgotten about it.
You're supposed to turn these things into the police.
I'm sorry. I'll do it as soon as I get back.
Well, never mind. I'll take care of it now. Well, I guess we got everything. And I guess we better shove off. Or Ma will be paging the Coast Guard.
You! Come and get it.
Morning, Mom.
Well, Salt Air must agree with you. I thought you'd never wake up.
Well, I didn't get to sleep till very late last night.
You certainly got in early this morning.
We were becalmed for over an hour.
Oh, is that too bad?
Jim not up yet?
Been up for ages. He had to go up to town.
He didn't mention anything about it last night.
No?
No.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he had something else on his mind last night. He'll be back this afternoon. Go on, pitch in the eggs. They're getting cold.
Oh.
Hello, Phil.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim. What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing much, Bob. Just routine. You might check that with the markings on my gun.
Okay.
Thanks. See you later. I'm going up and tell Donahue a few things.
I knew it. You have fallen for that girl.
Well, what if I have?
You poor sap. She's taking you for a sleigh ride.
Well, if she has, she's taken her time about it. She's had 5 days, and she hasn't been anywhere near her phone. I tell you, she doesn't any more know where Crane is than you do.
Maybe she's a little smarter than you think. Maybe she smells a rat.
Well, if she does, it's me. What more do you want? We've tested her. I've done enough to the girl. I killed her brother.
In line of duty.
Duty.
And it doesn't stop there. There's a murder at large. A man who killed a police officer, your friend. We want that man.
Well, if you want him, you'll have to get another boy. I'm through with this case. Washed up.
Stop talking like a child. We're going to break this case, and we're going to break it today.
And I tell you,
All right, we'll forget that angle entirely then. I've got a better idea anyhow.
For instance?
10 minutes to 12.
Yes, Inspector.
Get me Tommy Tucker at radio station WXR. And hurry it through. I want to catch him before his noon broadcast. I want him to broadcast a little message to Mr. Crane.
Maybe he's not one of Tucker's fans.
Well, that's worth a gamble anyhow. What else has the guy got to do who's cooped up in a hideaway but listen to the radio? Hello? Tommy, this is Inspector Donahue. I wonder if you'd do me a little favor. Now, on your noon broadcast...
Hello, folks. This is Peeping Tommy Tucker and his main stem lowdown. Bulletin. Strong-arm Jim Barnes is convalescing, but in the romantic manner. A week at Inspector Donahue's hideaway cottage in Pleasanton on Long Island Sound. And with his pretty nurse, Beth Thomas, to hold his hand. Bulletin. What Broadway girlesque producer...
Land's sake.
Long distance, please. I want Brooklyn, Greenpoint 7, 3171.
It's her, all right. Greenpoint, 73171.
Hello? Oh, so it's you. Where the devil have you been? Tucker's broadcast? Why, no. What?
I haven't had a chance to phone you before. We're at Donahue's cottage, Pleasanton, Long Island.
Pleasanton? Okay, I'll be right down.
Oh, no, Larry, you mustn't. It's dangerous. Please, listen to me. I dropped the slug last night. Barnes picked it up. He's suspicious.
I told you to let me take care of that.
I know, and I'm sorry. Larry, promise me you won't come down here unless I phone you back.
Well, maybe you're right. I won't make a move until you phone. Sure. Sure, it's a promise. Hello? Long Island Station? What time does the next train leave for Pleasanton? 2:30? Okay. Thanks very much.
So even if Crane didn't hear the broadcast, Tucker will have it in his column. All those mugs read that. I think we're going to smoke him out.
I hope you're right. Well, I better be getting back.
Detective Boylan, calling from Pleasanton, sir. Says it's important.
Hello? Yes, speaking. Go on. She did, eh? Take this down. Greenpoint 7, 3171. Okay, just stand by. Well, your girlfriend just phoned Larry Crane. She warned him not to come to Pleasanton. Does that convince you?
I'll take care of this.
Good luck, Jim.
The office must be on the top floor.
Hold it up, Crane. Break it down.
Let's go down and head him off on the street.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm gonna borrow your car, buddy. Do you mind?
No. Go right ahead. Oh, the police! Help! Help, police! Help! Police! Help! I didn't do anything.
Come on, let's take this car.
Don't forget to bring my car back!
Taxi?
Where to, mister?
Take me for a little drive around the park. Hi, Jim.
Hi.
Hey, about that slug you left for analysis.
Yeah?
It didn't come from your gun.
What?
You didn't fire that shot.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Have you still got those slugs they took out of Sam Graham and me?
Why, yes.
Well, come on. I've got a job for you.
There's no doubt about it. All three came from the same gun.
That settles it. Crane killed Danny Thomas. Oh, pal, I could kiss you.
Thanks, just the same.
Get me Pleasanton, 3-1. Of course, it's a business call.
Hello? Yeah, she's here. Tommy! Jim on the phone.
Hello?
Look, I've got to see you. It's important. My sick leave's been canceled, and I report for duty at 4.
I can catch the 6:30 train. At my house? All right. I'll be expecting you at 8 o'clock.
Thanks for the welcome.
How'd you know I was back?
I saw your light.
I was just gonna phone you.
You've done enough phoning for one day, Squealer.
Are you insane?
All I know is your phone. Tried to storm me, and an hour later, Barnes comes calling with 2 other dicks.
He found your hideout. But how?
You tipped him off.
That's a lie. If you don't believe me, you get out.
I'm sorry, Beth. I've been nearly off my nut. First, I was worried about you, dropping out of sight for a week. If you only let me know where you were.
I didn't get a chance. It was all so sudden. I didn't dare phone from the cottage until I had to.
But I still can't figure out how Barnes came straight to my hideaway.
All I know is he left for town early this morning before I got up. You ought to know that I didn't send him.
Sure I do, Beth. But you understand how I feel. Him coming after me right on top of your phone call. That's how he did it, of course. Your wires were tapped. He's been using you to smoke me out.
He couldn't have.
No?
I see. Once a cop, always a cop.
The oldest gag in the world, and it almost worked.
Larry, if that's true, they may be watching me. Suppose he saw you just now, coming here.
They couldn't have. I came across the roofs.
But if they find you
The
here...
chips are down now. It's either him or me. I gotta pay this off tonight. Can you get that guy on the phone?
That won't be necessary. He's coming here.
When?
Any minute now. He said he'd be here at 8. Larry, it's 8 o'clock. He mustn't find you here.
He won't, but I'll find him. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Well, I didn't think I could go through with it. Now I know I can.
That him?
I don't know. Let's look out the window.
Wait.
He'll get suspicious. You better answer him. Tell him to wait. Tell him you're still dressing. Go on.
Go on.
Hello. Who is it?
It's Jim. Say, let me in. I'm half drowned.
Just a moment. I'm not dressed.
Well, make it snappy.
I'll hurry.
Listen to me. As soon as I go, you let him in. It's pouring. You don't want to go out, but you'd like a sandwich and a bottle of beer. Send him to the corner for it.
And you?
Stall him for 5 minutes till I can park across the street. And when he steps out into that light, he'll make a nice target in that yellow slicker. This time I won't miss. Understand?
I understand.
Okay. You won't let me down now.
No, Larry, I won't.
Of course you won't. Be sure to have him out there in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
By the way, if he shouldn't come out by that time, I'm coming up after him.
Hello.
Hello, Jim.
I've got a lot of things to tell you, and they're important.
Come in.
Well, I haven't eaten, and I've got to be back in an hour. So you put on a raincoat and we'll go someplace.
Oh, well, it's so rainy out, and I haven't got a raincoat.
All right. Lend you mine.
Jim, I'd sort of like to stay in tonight. We could be nice and cozy. I could light the gas logs. We've got the radio here.
Swell. No place like home, huh?
Maybe we could have some sandwiches, a bottle of beer.
Well, why not? I should have thought of that myself. There's a delicatessen down on the corner. How about a turkey on rye?
Oh, yes, that'd be fine.
All right. You light the gas log. We'll have some music. And I'll hurry back. Oh, and look. When I get back, there's something I want to tell you. And then there's something I want to ask you, if I can work up the nerve. If you could guess what it is, maybe you could be thinking up an answer. Toodaloo.
No, Jim. Wait.
Anything the matter?
No, nothing's the matter. It's just that, well, it's so rainy. Maybe you're not hungry.
Go on, I'm starved. That'll only be a few minutes.
Wait. Maybe I've got something in the house. Maybe,
You're acting kind of strange. What's it all about?
nothing. I was just thinking that...
Thinking what?
Well, I've got a better idea, that's all. Take off that coat.
Oh, go on. You're not my nurse anymore.
Well, who wants a cold turkey sandwich on a night like this? I know. I'll cook dinner.
Go on, you can't cook.
Oh, can't I, though? You wait and see. I'll go down to the corner store and get something.
Well, wait a minute. I can get whatever you need.
No, sir. This feast is going to be a surprise. Now, you listen to the radio, and you light the fire, and I'll hurry.
Tommy. Wait a minute. Where is he?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where's Crane?
Crane?
You were going after him.
No, I...
Now, look, Tommy. That thing I had to tell you, I guess it can't wait. I didn't kill Danny. Crane did.
Larry. I don't believe it.
Ballistics don't lie.
Ballistics? What do you mean?
They took one of these out of my hip and the other out of Danny. They both came from the same gun. Crane's gun.
Why should he want to shoot Danny?
He thought he'd killed me. Danny saw him, so he... Now, where is he?
Where? Outside waiting. I was supposed to send you out.
You were going out there instead, wearing my raincoat.
I didn't know what else to do.
So you wouldn't let me down, eh?
Larry!
Shut up, you double-crosser. I've been waiting for this for a long time. You're two of a kind.
Now, don't be a sucker, Crane. There's no chance for a getaway. The place is surrounded by cops.
Yeah, I know, but they only can burn me once.
Larry, listen.
Hold it up, Crane. You all right?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Jim, you certainly carry a wallop in that right.
Remind me sometime to give you a sample of my left.
This half hour of music has come to you as a presentation of radio station WQR. And now, good night.